How's it going, everybody? I am Donut. I am here with my fiance, Dormite Kitty.
That's me.
We are, well, as a Black Lives Matter, all cops are bastards, trans rights supporting channel. If you're not supporting that shit, get off the channel. This is Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Episode 3, Power Broker.
Alright.
We're finally getting into him. Do you know, does that name mean anything to you?
That name does mean something to me. Like, the Power Broker is a character.
Okay. Do you want to take off my headphones for a second so you can do a little predict?
No, actually. Because
sure?
I don't know the Power Broker very well.
Okay. But you are aware there is a character named Power Broker? Are you aware like what they look like? Or like what are you aware of? Even if you can say non-spoilery.
Yeah, like, non-spoilery, and I think this is already kind of, like, obvious within the narrative right now, is I know the Power Broker is a person who, like, offers to give people powers. Like, literally a broker of powers.
Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense for what we're doing now. I was thinking power company power, like electric power.
Oh no! Oh no!
I think solely because they brought up the Power Broker when we were, like, around a bunch of power lines on the street and everything. I don't know what, it means nothing, but my mind went like, oh, okay, that kind of Power Broker.
Ah.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like, that is all I know about, like, what the Power Broker is. And so, like, the theory I have right now is just that Carly's, like, whether she is, like, you know, the ultimate, like, you know, controller of all these people, or if, you know, she just, like, is part of a small faction of the, what are they called again? The Flag Smashers?
Yeah.
Like, her group definitely, like, in my mind, stole powers from the Power Broker. And so that's why they have these abilities, but not, like, you know, every single person who has the app has these abilities.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I gotta ask you this question.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Okay, so, last episode, we were stopping off going, like, alright, we gotta pick up Zemo.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, right now, do you think... Like, you've read some of the early comics, some of the early Silver Age comics. Do you think this Zemo is going to have the classic mask adhesive X'd onto his face?
We did talk about that last episode. Like,
Oh, did we?
Yeah, a little. I mean, just in a jokey way, but I don't think he's actually gonna get a bag, unless there is something where they kidnap him and put a bag over his head, and then somehow some adhesive X gets on there. I thought you were gonna ask, and I'll ask you this question: do you think we're gonna get the Masters of Evil?
I think we will, but not in this series.
Okay.
Like, I in the same way that I know, like, you know, some iterations of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, like, you know, have, like, taken on that concept of, like, yeah, we call ourselves the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants because, you know, we're the big bad evil mutants. Or, like, if, you know, if we want to uplift Charles's side, then we should take on the role of being evil in order to make the world think that there must be good mutants as well.
Yeah.
Like, in that sense, I feel like Zemo's going to create a Masters of Evil, but in a very, like, you know, they think what we're going to do is going to be evil, so let's take it back. We're going to be the Masters of Evil. Oh, how cheesy.
Yeah, because
like
the evil or the Baron Zemo we have now, or I guess not Baron Zemo, he's just Zemo. But
it's just Zemo.
Yeah, the Zemo we have now is one of the least evil villains we have. But he definitely feels like someone who would take up the mantle of being evil, like he did in Civil War. Or, Civil War.
Yeah. I could also see it as sort of like a parallel to the Flag Smashers in the sense of, like the Flag Smashers are, like, you know, a cause that on its face sounds very good, but it clearly has a very, like, you know, fucked up ethos behind the, you know, the ideas behind it. The whole, like, things were better during the snap.
Yeah.
In the same way, I could see this being a flip side of, like,
okay.
Yeah, as I was saying,
yeah.
Like, this seems extremely fucked up because we're calling ourselves the Masters of Evil, but if you actually understand what we're doing, it's not that bad. It's just the world would call us evil.
I could see that if not for the fact that he's probably going to be doing the same shit the Flag Smashers are going to do. Like, what, if not worse, maybe. But also, like, I mean, it's not like Zemo was trying to help the world or do anything. He just wanted revenge.
Yeah, that's... I really don't know what he's going to do after this, just because of how unbelievably, like, personal his whole deal in Civil War was. It was so, like, not really for a cause or anything. It was just he didn't like Stark and he didn't like the Avengers.
And I hope they sell me on him more here, because I like the idea of Zemo, but I feel like he was written terribly in Civil War, just by, not really, I mean, his plan was terrible in Civil War. It was the most, like, when you look back on it in retrospect, it makes no fucking sense how he thought this was going to work.
Yeah, it's the ultimate, like, this dumb guy writing a really smart guy plan.
Yeah.
In which, like, it felt really cool watching it to me the first time.
Same.
But immediately afterwards, it was a big, like, wait, what? How the hell?
So, I hope he gets a big plan in this one again, and I hope it makes more sense.
Yeah. Agreed.
If you want to get the full-length reaction, check it out in the Patreon below for $4 a month. If you want to get early access to the rest of the series, then you can also do that there as well. And even further ahead, probably.
When half of us came back, it was time to rejoice and reunite.
What is this fucking
The
commercial?
Global Repatriation Council knows that for many, it wasn't that easy. So much has changed. But we're here to help you find your way, helping you back into your homes and jobs, helping you navigate changes to society, laws, and borders, helping you get back to the way things were.
I wonder if there's new countries.
GRC, the Global Repatriation Council. Reset, restore, rebuild.
Reset. That fucking commercial, like a fucking Prozac commercial.
Do you know who I am?
He's letting this go to his head so much.
Yeah.
Yes, I do, and I don't care.
Yeah, you're not the real Cap. He's not fucking scared of you.
He's giving displaced people shelter and medicine. That kind of thing creates loyalty, man.
Yeah.
Dude, he's losing it.
So we bet on someone who's got a better hand. You're an Avenger. You know how he feels about that.
And so we are saying definitively Bucky is not an Avenger.
Yeah. Such dramatic lighting.
It feels like he's just been planning this entire time.
Желание, Javoy.
Immediately.
Gotta try it.
Just wanted to see how the new you reacts to the old words.
If two prisoners start fighting, then the protocol says 4 guards have to respond. If these things escalate.
Can't believe we're breaking him out. Much better plan, though.
Yeah.
I don't like how casual you're being about this.
Is he in this room?
Oh, yeah, he's here.
Whoa, hey, what are you doing here?
I didn't want to tell you because I knew you wouldn't let this happen.
You know, it is wild that the prison let Bucky see
If I
Zemo.
may.
No!
Yeah.
I really think I'm invaluable.
Shut up. Where do we start?
Okay.
What is this dynamic gonna be like?
Hell of a cold open.
Seriously.
Some old ass cards.
Collected by family over the generations. Someone can create an army
Oh.
of people.
I saw that mask.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. We are getting it. Holy shit.
We're doing it.
I can't fucking believe that. This is a comic accuracy we're gonna
To
get.
leave my work unfinished.
Oh my god, I was just about to say, I hope he has a fluffy collar coat. Hell yeah.
Oh my god.
Love this. Oh my god. I'm so happy.
Oh yeah.
All this time you've been rich?
I'm a baron, son.
He's a
Okay,
baron.
He is a baron. Oh my god.
I cannot believe
This
that.
makes him so much more unlikable. Like all this,
Oh,
like, yeah, I was royalty. It's like, and you.
You made yourself sound like you were very downtrodden before.
Yeah.
I've seen that book. It was Steve's when he came out of the ice. Told him about Trouble Man. He wrote it in that book.
Oh.
Did you hear it? What'd you think?
That's a really good pull.
Yeah.
You didn't like it?
It is a masterpiece, James. Complete, comprehensive. It captures the African American experience.
He's
The
out of
most
line.
insane
But he's
throuple.
right. It's great.
You must have really looked up to Steve. The danger with people like him, they become symbols. You remember that, right? As a young soldier sent to Germany to stop a mad icon. Do we want to live in a
be
world
fair.
full of people like the Red Skull?
I mean, not that similar. But that's what's happened to John Walker.
Yeah. And I mean, Red Skull was also a super soldier icon.
And probably not as much as Hitler. Nobody's trying to be the next Red Skull.
Yeah, fair.
If we have to do something about this, I'm the only one who looks like a pimp.
Only an American will assume a fashion-forward black man looks like a pimp. They look exactly like the man you're supposed to be playing. A sophisticated, charming African rake named Conrad Mack, a.k.a. the Smiling Tiger.
He even has a bad nickname. Hell, he does look like
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, it's gonna be so fucking fun.
That report looks so fucking cool.
The usual?
Honestly, if he opens his mouth, his teeth might give it away, because he's got that huge gap. Oh, yeah, the usual. Yummy.
Super Soldier Serum is here in that report. Dr. Wilfred Nagel is the man you want to thank, or condemn, depending on what side of this you're on. Answer it.
Oh, no.
On
Oh,
speaker.
no. Oh, no.
Watch your tone, okay? I'll let you slide at the bank.
Yeah, the bank, yeah. Laundered so much money. They'll come around.
If that's the case, then why they dug you out big time?
You damn right I'm big time. You'll see. When I have that banker killed.
Cash? What? Tell me about the Cheerios. I don't have confidence. Sam, I'm sorry. Let me call you back.
Sam. Who's Sam? Kill them.
Oh, no. Okay.
Okay.
Who the fuck was that?
Oh, goddamn.
Oh, shit.
Well, this is
Okay, so he doesn't know.
Oh, hey.
Oh.
Sharon?
All right.
Oh, this is John Carter doing this. Because he said they were going to be tracking Sam.
I have a place in Hightown. You should be safe there for a while.
Doing pretty well. She got a place in Hightown.
Yeah. God damn.
But yeah, I really thought this was who John Walker was talking about, but maybe not.
You don't ever want to come back home?
They'll lock me up if I step foot back in the States. Madripoor doesn't allow extradition.
Look, I'm sorry I didn't call. But after the blip and the chaos, I just...
Look, you know the whole
I mean, that was
thing
way
is a
before
joke,
that.
right? I mean, the way you gave up that shield deep down, you must know it's all hypocrisy. Before you were his pet psychopath, you were Mr. America, Cat's best friend.
That was also during the 40s when there was Nazis.
I can get your name cleared.
Can you? You can't even get a loan at the bank. Love how ridiculous Emo looks. Just the way he holds himself now is so not I'm a normal person. He went from I'm just a dude trying to take down the Avengers to I'm a fucking Baron and I'm so evil. Is there a secret back or a trap door? But it's a shipping container.
Yeah. Invisible?
Or is this just a setup?
Could just close on him.
It's gotta be a secret compartment. Yeah.
Ah. It's another nightclub?
It goes up.
I'm coming home, baby. Coming home, baby.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, what, do we think he was just gonna be sitting in a fucking container?
Dr. Nagel?
Who are you? What do you want? Make me a better offer and I'll talk.
A better offer than will kill you.
Okay. Damn.
When Hydra fell, I was recruited by the CIA. They had blood samples from an American test subject with semi-stable traces of serum in his system. I was able to isolate the necessary compounds in his blood. Before I was able to complete my work, I turned to dust.
Okay.
Ah.
The program had been abandoned, so I came here.
Oh, damn.
God, Sharon is a machine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I mean, yeah, 'cause he doesn't want any more created. Okay.
There goes the lab.
Yeah, I'm hearing he's dead anyway, but like somebody else could have maybe done it.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh no, he's not wearing the mask. Oh, he's gonna put on the mask. Hell yeah, baby.
All right. God damn.
You put on the mask for like a minute.
Zemo.
You try that shit again.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Well, that was one hell of a reunion. We've got a big problem. Actually, a couple of them. I'll tell you in the car. Let's go.
Damn, she's even got a chauffeur. Unless she just called an Uber.
Also possible.
Have you thought about taking some time from home?
Do you ever think you'd end up here doing this? Do you remember how scared we were when we took the serum? Felt like my veins were on fire. But it was worth it. Because this world is ours. And we're going to use all of our strength to give it to the kids in those camps.
So, what?
Power broker's gonna catch up with us eventually, right?
Man, now I'm not sure what the fuck their ideology is.
Yeah.
They said that Sam and Bucky were here on the same day this happened.
Correct. You don't think they had anything to do with them getting out?
You don't think Bucky had anything to do with getting Zemo out?
They were referring to the American test subject like Isaiah wasn't even a real person.
Yeah.
Just makes me wonder how many people have to get steamrolled to make way for this hunk of metal.
Filthy flag smashers.
You've had 6 months worth of supplies just sat there in that building. Don't you understand? We're fighting for our lives.
Yeah, we still got shit sitting in warehouses from Hurricane Katrina.
Oh yeah.
Put your seatbelt on. Now.
Okay.
There were still people in there.
This is the only language these people understand.
Don't suppose any of you bothered visiting the memorial? Of course not.
I'm gonna go on a walk.
You good?
Yeah. See you guys in a bit.
What the hell?
I was wondering when you were gonna show up.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we are here for discussion. Well, let's start, I guess, with just Zemo, because we got a lot of Zemo in this episode, and that was the main focus. Surprisingly, not a lot of focus on the Power Broker. I mean, as a figurehead, we don't, like, see them.
Yeah. Well, we'll talk about them a little bit later, but for now, I'm just, I mean, I kept on bringing up the Adhesive X thing because I really didn't even know if we were going to get the mask. Like, it's in the ED, but I was thinking of that as more of just like, you know, maybe it's a symbol or something. Like, maybe it's an out-of-universe thing. I really genuinely was not expecting to see him in the, like, outfit with the fur and the mask.
Yeah.
Or for him to be a Baron.
Yeah, the Baron part was like, holy shit, okay, I guess that's also a thing.
Yeah, like, I do genuinely love that right now he is the, he is the Tony Stark of this little group. Like, we've been talking throughout the entire MCU about how if you're going to do superhero stuff, you need to have a rich person on your side. Or, like, you have to be part of a big organization. And right now, the rich person they have is Zemo. And it's... And it completely changes, like, in my mind, Zemo's whole dynamic. Like, we talked about that a little bit already, but just the absolute, like, code switch from in Civil War, him acting as if he was this, like, super, you know, downtrodden person, and, like, yeah, his family really did die. He does have actual grievances. He was just leaving out the part that he is unbelievably rich.
And such a pompous, evil asshole.
Yeah.
Like, my god, the way he acts in this versus the way he acts in Civil War is night and day. It is the, well, I'm done pretending, so...
Yeah. It is the big, like, alright, I did my narrative, I'm done, now I'm going to be myself.
Yeah.
Like, even just, the fact that he made it seem as if he had nothing after, the whole Sokovia incidents. And then we see that, no, actually, he has his family's giant lot of, like, classic cars.
Yeah, with
like,
guns
that
and
alone,
everything, like...
It is the ultimate, like, no, you still had a lot of stuff. Like, you are not like, the other people who lost, everything in Sokovia.
And him losing his family doesn't really seem to bother him that much. Like, it's been a while, yes, but also, he doesn't really seem to care anymore. Like, he would have been a little bit emotional with, like, my family left this, with all these cars and everything like that. You think there would have been a little bit of emotion, but no, he don't give a shit about his family dying at all.
Yeah, like, the show has, shown us grief through Bucky and through, like, Sam. Like, it can do that if it wants to, and they definitely could have done it while still keeping him, a very unrepentant and very, like, obviously, a dick.
Yeah.
They chose not to, and I assume that is because he is fine. I mean, also, just the fact that his catharsis was, I'm going to break up the Avengers.
Yeah. And, like, even Carter as well is, like, out here killing a bunch of people, doing a bunch of, like, selling the original paintings and all that, and yet still, she still has a moment of talking about her family as well. Like, I think Carter really shows more than anything, like, she is as, like, serious about all this as Zemo is, but still has that mourning.
Yeah. It is genuinely very interesting to, like, have a series that is so based around grieving and mourning and, like, trying to move on and how difficult that is, and to have Zemo here as someone who seems to have already moved on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, it's hard to say if he actually cared at all in the original movie either. Like, I assume maybe, but they could also do no, that was all a fucking act.
It's perfectly possible.
But he's terrible at acting here, so I don't know if that was an act. Or if now he just doesn't care how obvious it is.
Yeah.
And also that he's super happy to be back in the role of Baron.
I mean, he's clearly having a ball from the switch from, like, being in prison all that time and not being able to do anything to, like, alright, now I've got my classic cars and I've got my fat stacks, I'm gonna make Sam look like a pimp.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And yeah, I'm loving his dynamic in this. Like, and just the way he speaks is so hyper supervillain.
It really is. Yeah, I'm a sucker for the, like, character who just has so much supervillain energy, even when they're not doing anything super villainous.
It's so wild that in this, he's not a Nazi, because he definitely feels like one.
Yeah.
But also, we had Carter in the credits as well, I think. But I didn't even realize it was Carter. I thought that was the girl that Bucky was like on a date with in the first episode. And I was like, oh, I guess she's gonna come back in a major way. But no, I think that was Carter now. It might still be her. I don't know. But I just realized, like, when you said Baron Zemo was in the credits, I didn't notice that either. And then I realized, like, oh, I guess Carter was in the credits too, and I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I mean, the credits are so genuinely great. I'm usually not a fan of the, like, I think the difference is, for a lot of the Netflix series, the credits are, like, you get the thesis statement of the credits immediately. It is, like, this is New York, for instance, or these are maps.
Yeah.
And then they kind of just do that for like 3 minutes straight. Whereas like these credits have so much information. Like each scene is a clear, like, the way in which it's all graffitied matters, the actual contents matters. There's always like something underneath something else. It's so layered, and I can genuinely just like watch them over and over again.
Yeah, and like I love something that can end and then have a credit like song or like credit visuals as well, because like that has such a like powerful end of the episode cliffhanger moment, rather than like the Netflix ones where you just like cut to like credits.
Yeah.
And sometimes they have some good song choices, but in general, like, it's just not as impactful as something that has like a purposely made end credit sequence.
Fully agree. It's just, yeah, like, when I'm not reacting to something, I still really, really appreciate it as ways like decompress while still clearly thinking about the show. Like, it is still giving me something to look at. It's reminding me of the characters. It's reminding me of like what may or may not have already come up and what could be coming up.
Yeah. like when I watch it on streaming services, nothing is more annoying to me than you have like 2 seconds to watch the credits, like to click watch the credits, or it'll automatically go to the next episode, and I fucking hate that so much.
It's so disrespectful as well.
Mm-hmm.
It is the ultimate, like, we don't care about the people who made the content. Go watch more content.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I kind of understand it for a skip opening thing. For some reason, people skip openings for anime or for shit. Like, I mean, this doesn't have an opening, but like, you know, the Netflix stuff. The Netflix stuff is the only time I've ever in my life been like, okay, I'm gonna skip some of these openings. And now, to be fair, I think I only skipped Punisher's opening. But like, yeah, the like Iron Fist one. Boy, that opening sequence extremely skippable. But for shit like anime and stuff like that, I will never understand skipping an anime opening or skipping the ED, or even shit like this. Like, you know, like this time is, I think, one of the only times where it's like we stopped the in credit sequence to get right into the discussion, because it was just like, if I was on my own, I would definitely watch it, but doing a reaction, it's kind of, you know, everybody's gonna click away at that point, so might as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was just a lot of talk about the in credit sequence. The Power Broker. We got the Power Broker, and we got what was her name? The girl below him.
Selby.
Selby.
Yeah, Selby.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot to say about them right now, as far as I'm concerned. Maybe you have more to say. Still very mysterious, but not in a very, like, intriguing way where there's a lot to talk about, I feel like.
Yeah, like, I'm interested in the fact that, yeah, we didn't see the Power Broker. We haven't had any, like, hints of, like, I don't think it's going to be the Power Broker was this person all along.
Yeah.
It's more of a, like, I imagine they're going to stay in shadows until maybe the end, maybe even not the end. They might just, you know, be a shadowy figure going forward.
Yeah, I hope we do get to see them. I mean, we're definitely going to see them, to be fair. We got to. There's no way we're not going to.
Yeah. But yeah, like, I don't think it's going to be a big twist, like, oh, actually, what would be a twist? Like, the Kingpin is actually the Power Broker or something.
Yeah. Kingpin and Madrigal.
But yeah, I do like the aesthetic of, like, you know, the Madripoor is the Power Broker's city, and, you know, now we know that the members of Carly's Flag Smashers were, like, in, like, you know, they were dislocated to Madripoor, and then that's where they got the formula and all that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm such a fan of any, like, city that is, like, the territory of this crime lord. It's just, I love the aesthetic so much.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I love seeing the city more than, like, there's not a whole lot to say about the Power Broker. Well, like, the city he runs, I guess there's more to talk about. And, like,
yeah.
It doesn't seem that bad. Like, it doesn't seem good, but it's not, like, dystopian.
Yeah. Like, it is just it's a criminal city. Like, I imagine it's not great to live in if you're, you know, not willing to, like, you know, put up with, you know, shootouts in the back, or, you know, if you don't have some level of power that keeps you from being fucked with.
Mm-hmm. And how often do they have shootouts? When I imagine it's a way more, like, I mean, it does seem like a very Kingpin kind of vibe. The, like, keeping crime down through having everything be organized crime.
Yeah, like, the big graffiti of, like, the Power Broker is watching was, yeah, like, that really gives me the vibes of, people try not to screw around too much. Otherwise, they will, like, earn the ire of the Power Broker, and then they're gonna get their asses beat. Or the Power Broker will put out a hit on them, or even just, like, a bounty. Like, a bounty more so than a hit, I think.
Yeah, the bounty is definitely a big thing. And, like, I imagine he does that quite often for other stuff, and their bounty was just super high. And immediate, which is very, like, he is always watching. And to be fair, that is pretty dystopian. I always forget that one piece. That's like, well, other than that. But yeah, I wonder what he's been doing as a Power Broker aside from the Super Soldier Serum. Does he have more?
Yeah.
Did he not give out all 20? And before that, what was he doing?
Yeah, because it seems like the Power Broker was active before the Super Soldier stuff. It's just when Nagel came back, he went to Madripoor and it was like, hey, please give me funding to, you know, continue my research, and then you get to have the serum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, just in general, I appreciate that now in the MCU we have at least one place that is a big villain place. Because in the same way that I dislike it when all the supervillains just immediately die off, I also dislike that we don't have, like, clear places that enemies can come from. Like, just in the sense of, like, now we can say, like, oh, this assassin is famous in Madripoor. Or, these people, like, set up the bounty in Madripoor, and then they sent people to, like, to New York or something to take out a hit or something.
Well, I don't want to burst your bubble, but I feel like that is not going to last outside this show.
Oh, no. Oh, I mean, that is, to be fair, that is the danger of a TV show.
I mean, it's the danger of every MCU thing. We're going to bring up this person and immediately kill them all.
I have that reaction every single movie, to be perfectly honest. Like, every time I've seen a new MCU movie, I always go right in the middle, like, I can't wait to see what else this person shows up in, and then they die at the end.
Yeah. Every time. Again, Zima's one of the only ones where we have him, and now I feel like he's going to die at the end of this one. Or I hope he doesn't. I feel like at the end of this one, he's going to get his bag on his head. He's going to get his fucking mask adhesive X to his face.
Yeah, because also, like, just the visual of Zemo is so, like, I think it is the perfect MCU mix of, like, it is very close to the source material, but also they have updated a little bit. They've done enough, darkening of the colors to feel okay with it.
Yeah.
So,
like, yeah, it's very toned down suit.
But yeah, I could see him sticking around. I am going to reverse my earlier position, though. Like, now that we actually have him in the suit, I feel like they're not going to go all the way and adhesive X him.
Oh, they better. They better. I really thought they were going to do it in the lab, but he wasn't even wearing his mask.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too, at all the fumes.
Yeah. And, like, we talk a lot about comic-accurate suits, and I'm not sure about you, but when I say that, I usually mean I want them to have the most wacky part of the suit. Like, I don't need the suit to look exactly like it does in the comics, and I think the suit part of it can look a little bit different, but the face part needs to be, that's what I'm looking for, comic accurate.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I definitely think of, like, the flair of the outfits. Like, you have, like, the general design of it, and that's always going to be, like, padded out with, like, armor or something in order to make it look more like, oh, this actually serves a purpose. But it's always stuff like, like, the wings on the helmets or, like, stuff like that, where I'm looking at it and I'm going, like, well, are they going to keep this part of it?
Yeah. Definitely feel you there. Like, those are the aspects I care most about.
And so, like, overall, I am very happy with this design. I'm nitpicking a little bit about it, but overall, I love that he looks like this.
Yeah. Like, yeah, because also with the universe they built up now, it's going to feel so weird, so they have to justify it. Like, they've shot themselves in the foot. Like, now it's hard for them to do comic-accurate suits, because they have to justify it.
Yeah. Like, even now, like, I think within Phase 4, if they're gonna do suits like this, then they can start to do what the comics did of building up the idea of, like, okay, people look like this now, so other people are now going to look like that in response to that.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm reading all comics from the 60s forward, and from the very start, the very, very start, it is, why are we wearing these wacky, ridiculous, stupid costumes? Like, it's never been a thing in universe of, I think this looks cool. Like, it has always been a thing of, like, you need to wear a flashy outfit so that way somebody can see you from a crowd, or you have an iconic look, or, like, it is that, it is meant to stand out and everything like that. And then you have villains who go like, well, they're going to wear crazy costumes, I'm going to wear crazy costumes. And then it becomes the norm where everybody just goes, well, I guess I gotta make a crazy costume if I have powers.
Yeah.
And so it's like, again, the fact that I'm reading this shit from the very beginning, from the 60s, and it is, hey, these costumes are ridiculous, and, like, there is no, like, sense of, like, that's what the MCU needs to do, too. Like, it's not like we're asking them to do comic-accurate suits and just ignore it.
Yeah.
In universe, it's always going to be ridiculous, but you still want that.
There's plenty of stuff in real life that is ridiculous if you just look at it from an outsider perspective.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we want. I feel like we talk about comic accurate suits every episode of this show.
Constantly. But okay. apart from that, the next thing I really want to talk about is just the Flag Smashers as a whole.
Yeah, like, man, not what I was expecting at all from these past 2 episodes.
Yeah, like, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to try and just state what I see Carly is doing.
Uh-huh.
Like, Carly right now is pro the people who got snapped back, but, she and her faction do you think that the, what are they called again? The GRC, the Global Repatriation Council?
Yeah.
Like, they have the resources, but they're doing it very badly. Like, they're stocking up crap that could be helping people who got snapped back, and they are not putting it out, or they're not, like, doing it efficiently.
Yeah.
So they're working against the GRC, but not because they don't like what the GRC is doing, because they want to do what the GRC is doing, but way better.
Yeah, I fully think that is absolutely what she's doing. I don't know why they made it seem in the past 2 episodes like they, as they were saying, like, the people who got snapped back, they were, they're getting all the special treatment, whereas, like, we're the ones who should be getting the special treatment. It should all be about the ones who haven't been snapped.
Yeah, the only thing that makes sense to me is if, like, her faction is working counter to the rest of the Flag Smashers. Like, if the Flag Smashers as a whole are against the people who got snapped back, but she is pro the ones who got snapped back. But that is so confusing, and that's like,
Yeah.
If that is what they were doing, they should have said it immediately, which makes me think that that's not what they're doing.
And it also seemed like she was with them when they were saying that, I believe. Like, she didn't say herself, but she has also always been the odd one out here. And again, there's also somebody who's out to kill her because she took their spot or something.
Yeah. Like, right now, like, she definitely stole the super soldier serum, and her faction is now using it.
Oh, yeah, you know what? That's definitely probably what that text was about, stealing the shit. But who sent that?
Yeah.
Just a power broker? Probably not. But someone related, maybe?
Someone related, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it was going to be a more personal thing, but yeah, maybe it is just that.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now.
Mm-hmm. So maybe she's still freaking out about that. She's going through a lot. I mean, she's also, trying to not mourn while all this is going on.
Yeah, she is, the person who went through extreme grief, and instead of sitting with it, is just trying to move forward as hard and as fast as possible. And it's clearly still really, really, really messing with her, because she is also, like, she blew up the GRC building. No one else seems to want to do that. She was the one who was like, no, if we're going to, like, send a message to the GRC, if they are going to get better about distributing these resources, they have to know that we're going to kill them.
Yeah, and to be fair, that's probably the worst way you can go about it, because honestly, you should let them continue doing what they're doing, and then just keep stealing it from them.
Yeah, like, that would be a very natural visual thing in which people, like, the people in the camps and anyone reporting on the camps would be like, yeah, the camps that are being helped by the Flag Smashers are doing way better than the other camps because they're getting the shits.
Yeah, but they're also acting like they want to wrap this shit up because they're going to get caught. And so, I mean, that's also realistic, I guess. Like, well, we can't do this forever, so let's kill some people. Also, sounds a lot like what's going on with Bucky right now, of just trying to move on as hard and fast as possible, and clearly it's still affecting him a hell of a lot, but he's just trying to ignore that.
Yeah.
Being, extremely brutal in his methods.
Man, I hope Bucky's gonna be okay with this one, because, like, seeing, his little reaction to Zemo, like, trying to use the words, and, like, whether Zemo was lying or not, saying, like, oh, there's still a bit of that inside of you, I can tell.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's going to give him even more nightmares than he already has.
Yeah, it's gonna fuck with you real bad.
Such an unbelievably fucked up thing to say. I mean, that and also literally having to be the Winter Soldier again.
Yeah, just, like, having to pretend to be that, and, like, still, it's always cool to see, like, one character taking on, like, a huge crowd. But it's like, it's that, like, oh, this is really cool, but also really bad on him mentally.
And I think actually it stands out a lot in this episode because like Bucky is the only one who was doing anything superhuman, because because Sam wasn't using any of the Falcon stuff, like not even any of the Falcon gadgets. He was just another one of the guys shooting.
Yeah.
And so like even little things like Bucky throwing the like steel pipe directly into someone's heart it feels even more superhuman because he's the only one doing that.
Yeah, fully agree. Oh man. Honestly, this is probably our like quote unquote like slowest episode yet in terms of like stuff to talk about. I feel like every time we've done like an hour discussion, but this time I'm struggling to find other stuff to talk about. Like John Walker's, off his fucking, he's off his walker. he's losing it. But
yeah, I do really like seeing Battlestar like by his side being genuinely a very good sidekick.
Yeah.
Like he is not adding it all to John. In fact, he seems to be the tether keeping John sane right now. Like he's the one on his side, but also saying stuff that just makes sense.
But also isn't like pushing for him to be bad. Like he is a little bit, but like I mean he's more like chastising a little bit, but he's not pushing him to like work on himself.
Yeah, like I think I think Battlestar is still just high on the feeling of being the sidekick to Captain America right now.
I don't know, because he does seem like, I mean, like, yeah, I think he doesn't want to fuck that up, but I think it's less that he's like high on that and more that he just doesn't want to fuck it up, because like he seems like he can tell that he's losing it, but doesn't want to say anything.
I can see that from how he's acting.
Yeah. But yeah, we got the Dora Milaje involved now, assumingly. I wonder how that's gonna go. Like, are we gonna get more of them? Is this gonna be a talk? Or she's probably gonna help, but help in what way? Because she's out for Zemo. I mean, they all are.
Yeah, like I imagine next episode's gonna have a big like. Whether it's a talk or whether it is like I don't think it'll escalate to a fight. It's like generally the Dora Milaje are very like understanding.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to see a Bucky flashback. I want to see the flashback so much. That's like one of the only things I've said consistently throughout all these reactions.
Oh yeah, want to get some more him in Wakanda. What was going on? How was he relaxing?
Yeah. Want her to look him in the eyes and go, "Have you become the White Wolf yet?"
I think that's all I gotta say.
Honestly, yeah. Like, a good episode, but not a ton to dig into. Like, the main thing I wanted to dig into was just the weirdness around the Flag Smashers, and that I think we still have. We still need to know more.
Yeah, the prison breakout plan was really cool.
Oh, yeah.
And of course he's reading fucking Machiavelli.
Oh, such a tryhard. Are you going to try and tell me that Zemo has not read Machiavelli already in the last, it's been more than the 5 years. It's been, maybe a decade?
Yeah, we don't know if he got snapped either, to be fair.
Ah, true.
I mean, how does that work? Is that 5 years off his prison sentence?
Oh, that's honestly such a good question. Because, yeah, imagine, having a loved one in prison, and then you don't get snapped, your loved one does, and then when they come back, the system is like, yeah, they didn't serve that sentence, so they're still in here for all that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're done here.
Yeah, we're done. So, thank you guys for joining us for the discussion. We'll see you for the next one. Until then, get the fuck out of here.